Welcome one and all to a little pony finder demonstration of the rules of flying. For sake of argument, let me try to drag this in so you can see things just a little better. Drag it in, bring it in. Okay, hopefully you see Princess Luminos here, who has volunteered to take time from her busy day to show us what you can do without making fly checks. For sake of argument, we will assume that she is flying at ground level and she just wants to do a circle as easily as possible. Now, when you first start your move, you can go in any direction you want. That is free. We will assume that she moves forward. Oh, there she goes. Now, if she wants to take a turn to the left, she can't just go left. She has to go at an angle, 45 degrees at most, which means she's going to end up here. And she's going to keep turning left. So now that she's gone up and at an angle, she can now go up. There she goes. She can do it again. And she's making that circle. She's coming around. She's doing it. And there she is, right back where she started. So just to show what's going on, you can do this without making any fly checks. And that is perfectly legit. Now, if you want to be extra fancy, once you have done one move action, the next move action is considered completely separate. You can go in a different direction. So, for instance, if Princess Luminos here was flying forwards and suddenly decided that she really wanted to go in the other direction, but did not have enough fly to make that happen, she could simply end her action, her move action, and use her other move action to start going in the other direction. And that's okay. No fly check is required for that. She did lose the remainder of her fly speed, but she is now pulling off that 180 without any problem and without any rolls being involved. Now let's move on to some 3D. We're going to move over here. Now here's Luminos working from a side angle. As you can see, she's standing on the ground, and that's okay. Now, they say if you want to go straight up, there is a check. And some people say that's any angle greater than 45 degrees, but that's a bit of a misnomer. All movement in Pathfinder only takes place in 5-foot increments. You're either moving straight forward, 45 degrees up, or straight up. There really aren't a lot of other options, because every square is considered part of the movement. So, if she wants to move, she can either go straight forward, she can go up at that 45-degree angle, and that's perfectly fine. No skill checks required. If she wants to go straight up, then she has to make that skill check. That's a bit harder to do. But if she's okay moving forward and up, or even backwards and up, then no skill check is required. That is completely legitimate, and you're good to go. That also means if you really wanted to go straight up without making any skill checks, you're going to have to make that same circle I showed you before while going upwards with every step. Or you could just go straight forwards and up, as so. And that's perfectly fine. No skill check required. Come on down, here's Luminos. And that's basically it. The only things that are going to force you to make a skill check against your will is if you're hit with something. If you're hit with something, you're going to have to make a DC 10 fly check to not lose altitude. If you happen to crash into something, which normally shouldn't happen unless something's gone terribly wrong, then you have to make a DC 25 check. And under most circumstances, you should not be colliding into things mid-air because you should know where they are. You would sort of have to choose to collide into it. But, you know, I'm not going to tell you how to play your character. So this is just a quick overall view of how to fly without making any skill checks of any kind and still look competent while you're doing it. Have a good day.